Chapter 17, Hopping Off the Treadmill. One of the great French indictments of the North American culture of work goes something like this. Americans live to work, the French work to live. I find that to be wonderfully damning because there's nothing I relate to more than the desire to make busyness a balm for our frenetic lives. There is a sobering connection, however, between activity and the nature of work itself that we can discover from a 19th century experiment in punishment. In 1818, a civil engineer named William Cubitt put his mind to addressing a perplexing social problem. Prisons, it seemed, were not places for deterring criminal activity, but for refining it. Younger offenders mixed with the more experienced emerged from prison better skilled and more embedded in criminal ways. It occurred to Kubrick that he had skills that could put prisoners to work in ways that could train them in useful labor, curb social interaction, and better prepare them for life beyond prison. The son of a miller, he invented the treadmill, a massive paddle wheel set beside a platform where prisoners could be positioned to step on an endless staircase that rose up before them as the wheel turned. Sometimes the wheel that turned ground corn or pumped water, but in many prisons, this treadmill did nothing but keep the men walking for 6 to 10 hours a day. They milled air. Social interaction among the men on the treadmill was curbed by the building of partitions between them. Loneliness and monotony became the most dreaded aspect of the treadmill, and the public was invited to watch and allowed to jeer and taunt the prisoners laboring on the wheel. Oscar Wilde was one who served on the prison treadmill. Its use was discontinued by the turn of the century when society deemed it a form of torture to set men to work that had no meaning and allowed no human connection. Today, the treadmill metaphor has a similar connotation. When we say we want to get off the treadmill, we are saying we want lives that are meaningful. We feel trapped in activities that are monotonous and carry little meaning or purpose. We might feel we are climbing the endless staircase of achievement for high grades or success. Like M.C. Escher drawing, we might feel caught in an endless staircase of caregiving, work, or social pressure. In such situations, we long to stop and get off the endless round of meaningless activity with unending loneliness, life reduced to buttoning and unbuttoning, punching in and punching out, heating up more chicken nuggets. Did I just hear the laundry wash cycle finish? And what would it take to just stop? A shift in responsibilities, a lower set of expectations or self-permission, a change of perspective? It's okay to get off the treadmill of meaningless work, even one that was productive for you at one time in your life. Even a daily practice of prayer that is life-giving can lose its meaning if it becomes a treadmill. Most of us are turning the wheel of obligation in our lives. People depend on us. Nothing ever stops. Regardless, we need a sober look at reality to stop pretending that there is unlimited energy or endless time to do what is meaningful. To attend to the values we cherish most and stop the mindless pressure that we have placed on ourselves. Seriously, if we stopped, would we fall off? As Martin Luther said to Philip Melanchthon, Philip, let's go fishing. Today we can leave the governance of the universe to God. A blessing for slowing down. Blessed are we who thought we were self-made by the doing, by the accolades, by the accomplishments, and by the gold stars. We measured our worth by how tired we were every morning, how many special events we missed because of work, by how many times we answered, "How are you?" with busy. We thought this is the good life. But then we grew tired and lonely. We felt the strain on our relationships and our spiritual lives, and we became a bit miserable to be around. So blessed are we who stop, okay, maybe not stop entirely, but who are we kidding? But we slow down. We who discover rest and new life and renewal when we step off the treadmill or at least turn it down. We who remember that the world keeps spinning without us, and thank God for that. We who remember that we are loved, 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 not for what we do, but for who we are. A good enough step. Take a moment to be curious. What are the non-negotiables of your day? The bare essentials. Saying I love you to your spouse or child, getting outside, being creative, slowing down, doing that one boring thing that you have been avoiding, being frivolous, practicing the daily office, calling your dad, playing with your grandkid. You might be a workaholic or a champion avoider, but here's a chance to step off that treadmill. The myth of hyper-productivity or a bottomless energy or need to say yes to every request that comes your way may not be serving you like you once thought. Of course, we can't stop everything, but maybe we can take off the burdens we've self-imposed. Knowing, trusting that you are loved just as you are, no amount of doing will change that. Who's chasing you? Someone yelling at one of the authors while she was describing her work day.